Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we do something with understanding, the result is different. And when we do something without understanding, the calamities are different. For example, I'll tell you. I do not shoot anything except photographs. So, once with about half a dozen kids, we went for some function, and there are many games. And that person who was there having a shooting gun and many balloons fitted on the wall. If you shoot that, try. So the kids told, Swamiji, you try. I said, okay, no problem. So he said, shoot the yellow balloon. I shot, and oh God, really hit properly. Then second, blue balloon, that also shot properly. Then that fellow said, hey, you know, you are cheating the kids. I said, no, really, I never taken gun in the hand. Then he said, okay, let me see. He had a big thread and something heavy below, and he was moving it like a pendulum. He said, if you can shoot this. I said, what will you give me? He said, 500 rupees. I said, keep it here. But he was a fool. He didn't ask me to also keep 500 rupees. It was his fault, not my fault. And then I just said, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, and shot. And exactly that thread was cut. Immediately I took 500 rupees. He said again, the children said, Swamiji, again we do it. I said, no, I don't know how this happened. Exactly the same way, when we sit for meditation and we do meditation, sometime it happens and we feel, I have realized. And what has happened? I saw the light. And now the light is not coming. So whole life goes in darkness. Why the light is not coming? Friends, please understand, this is the basic of spiritual life. We have to grow with understanding. Not just a fluke. And therefore, this story of Uddalaka is said, Uddalako Muni Kaschid Alpa Pradnyo Vicharavan. There was one Muni, Uddalaka, Alpa Pradnya means average. See, you will feel it is our own story, an average, not extraordinary. But we all have that notion that Konyosti Sadrusho Maya, who is like me? I can sit for meditation, I do puja, I chant this mantra, and I do Shirshasana and do meditation together. See, friends. Urdhva Moola Madashakam. So, Alpa Pradnya and Vicharavan. And he was also thinking. When we think, what is the force which is guiding our thinking? Is it our old habits that we think, or is it under the guidance of the light of wisdom we are thinking? Normally, we don't think. We react. See? The difference between thinking and reaction is a default setting. Anybody we see, we start firing question. Hey, where are you from? Which place you come from? Why you are come? When were you born? Why were you born? There is no end to that. And we start thinking as if this is thinking or what. Therefore, Alpa Pradnya Vicharavan. Then what he did? Tataha Kramena Tapasa Shastrarthai Niyamai Yamaihi. The first spiritual practice every person starts is doing tapasya. I don't take drinks. any day. I take only at night. Tapasya. I don't eat non-vegetarian every day, only alternate days. I take cold water bath in summer. Tapasya. See? And this is what we imagine, it is our spiritual life. Or else, I have given up. I don't eat onion, I don't eat garlic, I don't eat this. Why? It's spiritual. See? That is what we understand by tapasya. So giving up the things. Or else some people go to forest, Himalayas. All those people who go to Himalayas, they are frustrated at home. And what they do there? See, I have gone for tapasya. Tapasya means what? You invite problems in your life. Like I go to so many houses for food. And then they give us so many things, new experiments. And then they will say, Swamiji, this is homemade. So in somebody's house I was taking pickles. And pickles were very tasty. So I asked, I said, hey, what is this company? Which is the brand? Why? No, it is very tasty. Therefore I am asking. Market stuff is always tasty. Home things you have to say for your survival. Therefore, we are all the time talking about homemade, homemade, homemade. Why don't you do the homemade tapasya? Why go in the forest? What is the homemade tapasya? In spite of your wife around, you are happy. Can there be better tapasya than this? See? Homemade. It would have to go anywhere. See? Tapasa. This is what we imagined earlier. Then, after that, we graduate little bit. Then, Shastrarthaihi. Then we start going for satsang. There is one lady in Bombay. She used to come regularly for satsang, and one day I had to go to her house for breakfast. So her husband was driving the car and she was driving him, and together they were driving me crazy. And this is how we are going. And then she asked a question. Swamiji, there are some people, they are very good. They are not bad, no bad habits. But they don't like to come for satsang. Why? So I kept quiet. Immediately husband said, Swamiji, this is about me. And then he said, I have never asked her to come to the coffee house when I go. Why she should ask me to come for satsang? I said, you are right. Then she said, but Swamiji, is it not we should go to satsang regularly? I said, you are also right. I had to survive between the two. See, wise people never contradict husband and wife. So, then he said, what she is telling is true in the sense, I drop her for the lecture, then I pick her up. And in that 1.5 hours, I go to coffee house, have tea, some music or some news or some gossiping and come. I don't know why I don't feel like coming for satsang. I said, now you have asked, I'll tell you. We are all leading a notional life, not national, notional. We all have certain notions about ourselves, about the world, about the spiritual practice, about God. We all have notions. And when we go to satsanga, all our notions are hammered. And then in the old age, one gets totally shattered. Oh God, that means my whole life I lived wrong? Who wants to know that? Therefore, like the cat, close the eyes and drink the milk so that nobody sees me. We maintain our level of ignorance. But when we are sincere, then first they have done tapasya, nothing has happened. See? Initial days when I came on this spiritual path, people ask also this question, all funny question. Swamiji, please don't mind, when did you come on this line? You can imagine, is it a line or what? So I had to reply them in their language. जब से लाइन मारना छोड़ दिया इस लाइन पर आ गए. When did you come on this line? So when I came on this line initially, we were told that a brahmachari seeker should not sleep during the daytime. So I never used to sleep in the afternoon. Morning, once you are out of the bed at about 4 o'clock, 4:30, then till I sleep at 10 o'clock, never sleeping. Within a period of 2-3 years, the back started giving pain. And then I had to search for somebody. I used to do Bhujangasana. Somebody will stand on my back, and when the spine will break, I used to feel good. Why? Tapasya. See. Then Shastrartha is what? Only mechanically chanting. Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samahita Yusava, Mamaka Pandava Chaiva, Kimakurvata Sanjaya, Sanjaya Vaja. Such people who do their Shastrartha or study of scripture or Upasana, they are constantly rocking. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Keep chilies below them, chutney ready. See, friends, this is what we have, the notion. Or else some people will be reading here and there, listening here and there, and wherever they get a chance, like some people fire in between Sher Shairi, they fire Sanskrit shlokas. So Shastrartha, slowly we get introduced through Satsanga. Thereafter what he did, then Niyamaihi, then he started making his life discipline. Self-discipline has 5 principles. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaswadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani Niyamaha. Shaucha, external cleanliness and inner purity of intentions. Together is called a Shaucha. Many years before, in Kedarnath, when we went, there was one dilapidated toilet, and there was a board written in Hindi. And the board was written in such a manner that they could not write because small plate. So 2 words, first 2 words and second 2 words. And it was written, Saucha Lay. Have you understood? Sau means wife. Cha means off. Lay means death. Sauchalaya. When I read that, what is this? Swamiji, this is Sauchalaya. I say, still alive. So, you go there and Shaucha, external cleanliness and inner purity. These are extremely essential things in life. We suffer maximum only because of ourselves. Shaucha. Then, why we suffer? Santosha. We have not discovered contentment. It is very nice to listen. Sitaram, 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 kahiye, jehi bidhi rakhe Ram. थोड़ा मिर्चा और मिल जाए तो ठीक है. जेही विधि राखे राम तेही विधि रही. See friends. So Shaucha, Santosha. Santoshat Anuttama Sukhalabha. It is said, the contentment leads to unparalleled bliss. Then comes tapas. Now what is tapas? Tapas invokes 2 things in our life. Number 1, freedom. We are all dependent on so many things. We are all dependent on so many people. Discover your freedom. It is for this purpose, during Chaturmas, as it is going on, these 4 months, we are supposed to avoid taking drinks, non-vegetarian and onion and garlic and all kinds of things. So what do we learn from that? We learn only, okay, when this Chaturmas is going to be over? Tomorrow morning. Okay. Then next day's morning tea will have in the tea onion and garlic. Because 4 months I have not eaten. That is not the meaning. The meaning is when we can survive without that, it means it is not necessary for life. Discover this freedom. Otherwise, small little things are enough to disturb us. Then second thing is santosh, the freedom from dependence and self-confidence. Many of us lack self-confidence. Swamiji, I just cannot get up early in the morning. Why you cannot? Even the birds get up. You can. Invoke your self-confidence. It's not impossible. When this is done, then a real seeker is in the making. Tapas, then Swadhyaya, regular study of scriptures. When we study scriptures, we get new data and we start working on it. Then only the change starts happening. So, first is study of scriptures as an essential part of our daily life. See? How many of us have spent time in studying the scriptures? For us, spiritual life means what? When we are retired, when we cannot sit properly, we want to sit for meditation. When we cannot hear properly, we want to go and listen to satsanga. When we don't remember anything, did I take lunch? You have eaten 7 times since morning. Okay. When I don't remember anything, I want to remember Bhagavad Gita. See, friends. And when I can't sit properly, I want to do meditation. Meaning, when I am unfit for everything, I am fit for spirituality. See, my friends, therefore, Swadhyaya, study of scriptures, and second thing, always observe the climate of your mind. And how to observe? Only very simple observation. Number one, before we take up any job, what is the quality of our mind? When the job is being done, is this quality of mind getting distorted or remains the same? And after the job is done, are we at the same level as we began? This constant awareness of this, the quality of the mind, that is what is called a Swadhyaya. And then Ishvara Pranidhan. And the ultimate, the most important thing is, always we have to remember, whatever we are able to achieve in our life, it is by God's grace. Otherwise, small little things we do and we become so arrogant and we start thinking, holier than thou. See, such holy crook. This word I heard from a girl. Somebody's house we went and there was a tension in that whole house. I said, anyway, let me listen to the news or music. So we started the TV. And some cinema songs were going on. And 5, 6 children came out like the rats coming out of the hole. And they were looking at me. Swamiji has come and watching these cinema songs on the TV. So I said, hey, who is this actress? And I don't know anybody's name. So I said something. They started laughing. No, she is not like that. Then who is she? Slowly the eyes thawed. We enjoyed few songs. We had nice food. I said, hey, before I take food, I remember Bhagavan Krishna. Stand in a queue and to everybody I was giving one bite. Not out of love, but out of security. Why should I take risk? So I gave to them. Many people think I don't love anybody in this world. Protect yourself. After that was done, then I took the meals, we were sitting. Now one boy asked this question, hardly 10, 12 years. He says, Swamiji, you ate from the same plate we ate. You watch TV, we watch TV. You sit on that dining table, we sat on the dining. why my grandmother doesn't do namaskar to me, she is doing to you. We are same. I said, you are right. Then why? I said, you ask her, I don't know. So, the old people have got one formula. Shesham kopena purayed. When they don't know the answer, they become angry. Don't ask stupid questions. Meaning what? I don't know. See, then I told, I said, Mama, he is asking a right question. Then I told him, I said, look here, when you are studying, that time your mind is on the cricket ground, is it not? Yes. And when you are on the cricket ground, you are remembering about food. Yes? Yes. And when you are taking food, you remember you are not completed the homework. Is it not? Yes. But how do you know all these things? I said, now I tell about myself. When I talk, I talk. When I listen, I listen. When I eat, I eat. When I sleep, I sleep. Can you do this? No. This is the difference. See, friends, Swadhyaya, we have to be aware about the quality of our mind. Unless this is done, we are no more walking the spiritual path. So, Niyamaihi, Yamaihi, the next practice he did. Yama is, we are not a problem for others. Either we are problem for others or we are problem for ourselves. Therefore, ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. These 5 principles are nothing but how should we interact with the world so that we are not problem for the world. In this manner, he did his tapas for a few years and then vivekavan babhuva atha, and as a result, he became quietened and then he started contemplation and thinking. If we are doing upasana, get up early in the morning and chant the Lord's name, give the Lord's bath once in a week at least, and thereafter do the japa, and whole day in the house that bhajan is going on, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, that tape recorder get realized, this one is still there. By a spiritual atmosphere. When this is going on and on, now how do we know whether our upasana is successful or not? What are the symptoms of fulfillment of upasana? Be attentive. Upasana is external. Devotion is internal. Upasana is with a choice. Devotion is without a choice. In upasana, it is an effort. In devotion, there is no effort. Upasana can be changed. Devotion never changes. See, friends, but normally we mistake upasana as devotion. And therefore, Ganga gaye to Ganga Das, Jamna gaye to Jamna Das, Ghar aaye to Dev Das. See, friends. Therefore, how do we know whatever upasana we are doing, chanting Lord's name, how do we know it's right or wrong? There is only one symptom. Inquiry kindles. Who am I? What is this world? Who is God? What is the meaning of spiritual practice? This inquiry kindles, and this is exactly what happened to him. So chintayamasa dhiradihi, he started contemplation. What is it? Kim tat prapyam pradhanam syad yad vishrantau na shochate. He started thinking, what is that, having attained which there are no regrets in life? What is that, having attained which there is fulfillment in life? Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, last verse. Bhagavan says, Etad buddhva buddhiman syad krutakrutyascha bharata. Having realized this truth, Etad buddhva, not known. Buddhva means having experience. Krutakrutyascha bharata. life attains fulfillment. There are no loose ends left. You fulfill any number of desires, you can never attain fulfillment in life. Because one desire you fulfill, the second is standing in the queue. What about me? Observe this every day. It was heavily raining and I was sitting, and then when you are doing nothing and heavily raining, then what happens? Then your contemplation begins. Such heavy rains, a nice cup of tea will be wonderful. Then you do broadcasting. If I can get a nice cup of tea, how better it will be. And the wife hears and she brings a cup of tea and with love, forget about it. And he takes only tea, no pakode. One desire fulfilled, second is standing in the queue. Pakoda has come. Mirchi nahi hai kya? Third, chutney to laye nahi. There is no end to it. Friends, fulfillment of desires can never lead to fulfillment in life. Now he started thinking, what is that? Kim tat prapyam pradhanam syad? What is that most important thing? Yad vishrantau, having attained which you have attained fulfillment. Vishranti means fulfillment. And therefore, na shochate, then there are no regrets of the past or no worries of the future. Friends, about past I tell you one simple technique. Select, shift, delete. You cannot undo the past. You can delete the past. And the past can be deleted only through wisdom. But instead of deleting the past, we keep on repeating again and again. When I was there, when I was here, when I had done. Are yaar, who is interested in your past? Try this. Never talk about your past at all. And when you are not interested in your past, you will not be interested in somebody else's past. This is how we start living in the present. Now be attentive. Living in the present, is it an option? It's a compulsion. We cannot live yesterday. We cannot live tomorrow. We have to live today. Why not relax and be in the present? Therefore, na shochate, then kadaham mananati te pade paramapavane. And then when will I go beyond the net of this thinking mind? We all suffer only because of our own mind. If we can mind our mind, we have done everything on a spiritual path. See? Therefore, he started thinking, kadaham mananati te pade paramapavane chiram vishranti meshyami. And thus, when will I be able to lead a thought-free life? Not thoughtless life. Our life is thoughtless. Thought-free life. Thought-free life means what? Let any thought come. It doesn't disturb you. Like the space. Whether there are volcanic eruptions, or there are typhoons, or there is inferno, or there are earthquakes, nothing touches the space. Exactly. Let there be any kind of thoughts coming in the mind and going, who cares? See, friends, you all must have heard 100 times, do the Sakshi Bhava, witnessing consciousness. I have struggled with it for years together and came to a conclusion, it is useless. Don't struggle with Sakshi Bhava or witnessing consciousness. Then what is the next option? Option is, be indifferent. Udasinam udasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. Bhagavan says in Gita, udasinam udasinam. Udasina means what? Utta means above, asina means sit. Like you are all udasina because you are sitting above my level. See? Normal satsanga is that the teacher is sitting above and the students are looking up to the teacher, and the teacher is looking down upon the student. Here it is the other way around. I had to look up to the students, and all the students look down upon me. Kaliyug hai. So, udasina means utasina. Where are we seated? Are we seated in the body? Are we seated in the possessions? Are we seated in the relations? Are we seated in the slavery of our sense organs? Are we seated in the confusion of our mind? Are we seated in the arrogance of the ego? Where are we seated? Udasinam. Rise above this. See, friends, that is what is meant over here. That chiram vishranti veshami, then nirvikalpa samadhina, by nirvikalpa samadhi. Now nirvikalpa samadhi means what? It's not only sitting quiet and suffering silently inside. No. Nirvikalpa samadhi is you are left with no doubt about your being. See? No doubt. Is it not our everybody's experience? You don't have to do anything. Do we have any doubt about our being or not being? That's it. Hold on to that. And thereafter, play the game of life. See, whatever you are supposed to play, play. If you are in front of your elders, talk respectfully and quietly. If you are with your contemporaries, talk in a friendly language. If you are talking to the children, talk with an understanding that they are children. They won't understand immediately. And if you have to talk to wife, don't talk. All the roles we have to play. The day you understand this principle, you are walking the spiritual path. So, iti chinta parvashaham dhyanabhyasam chakarasaha. And then he decided, let me start meditation. And then what happened? Vishaye niyamane tu chitte markata chanchale na sa lebhe samadhana pratishtam priti dayini. So when he sat for meditation, without any understanding, be attentive. All these yoga people, upasana, they have no required understanding. And therefore, they are only struggling. For them, meditation means what? I can sit now half an hour in one posture. So what is great about this? Our buffalo sit 8 hours without any disturbance. If a small mosquito comes and lands on our face, we get disturbed. In front of buffaloes, the 18-wheeler truck comes. But they don't get disturbed. They simply look with a chewing gum in the mouth. So what? Now who is the great yogi? Because they are so buried under the body identification. For them, achievement means sitting in one posture. And how I come to know this thing? Because many people ask this question, Swamiji, I cannot sit down and do meditation. Then what should I do? I said, do standing meditation. All the horses and donkeys, they do standing meditation. Because sitting in one posture is meditation. No. The second time, they will be doing pranayam. First, Bhastrika. See? Bhastrika is done by the dogs. And then keep on pumping the air inside, outside. And my problems are very peculiar. I forget from which hole I have taken inside and which hole. Whether this is or that way, forget about it. That is their all spiritual life. Because they are caught up in that. And those who are wanting that the mind should not think and stop doing anything. The more you struggle, the more the mind is playing with us. Because they are told in yoga, yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, chitta vritti nirodha. And they are biting their teeth. And still the mind is playing. Mind is enjoying, majara. Mind is not suffering. This fellow is suffering. See? And then the question, Swamiji, otherwise my mind is okay, but whenever I sit for meditation, too many thoughts come, I get disturbed. What should I do? Don't do meditation. Relax. What is important? Is meditation the goal? Think. Meditation is a means, is not a goal. But these people not having the basics clear, for them meditation is the goal of life. So every day I sit for meditation. Who cares? You sit or you don't sit. Similarly, I take the Lord's name. Do you think Lord wants to hear from us? He doesn't care. But we get lost in that. Therefore, he dhyana abhyasam chakara saha. Then next, what we do, that we want to control the mind. So everything, silence, no disturbance. Outside a board is kept. Meditation in progress, don't disturb. Bracket, we are already disturbed. See, friends. And then when the Babaji, Mahatmaji comes, everybody is standing there in as if all of them are going to be sent to the Hitler's concentration camp. Guru Maharaj is coming. Guru Maharaj is it a tiger or like that? Our presence should make everybody at home. See, friends. And then with that fearful existence, they will be sitting for meditation. Only quietness. And not only in the ashram. When they go home, they want to repeat the same thing at home. So they tell, morning time, I will sit meditation, nobody should disturb me, okay? And that Amma sits for meditation, morning time. And then, in the bathroom, water starts dropping on a plastic bucket. Tuck. Oh God, these people, they tuck. You don't understand, tuck, that I am doing meditation in the morning, tuck. And after some time, the water dropping stops, tuck. Again worry, pani gaya? Water gone? Meditation are cartoons of meditation. See, friends, because they are struggling. So, to come out of this, I'll tell you one simple technique. Try. It's a very simple technique. The technique is, do not talk to yourself. How simple it is? Like when we come out of the house, we put on clothes. We don't come out naked. Exactly the same way, the thoughts come out of the mind after wearing the clothes of the words. Simply telling chitta vritti nirodha, you ask all these people, silently suffering inside. Contrary to that, let the thoughts come and go, who cares? So like we listen to Vedanta Satsanga, you listen to the world. It doesn't make any difference to us, isn't it? So many Mahatmas have come and gone. We are asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha. Therefore, dhyana-abhyasa, and then ultimately, dhyana-abhyasa means what? Then competition. I can sit for 1 hour. And when I see, I have seen light. Sometime I have heard tabla. Sometime I have heard shankha-dhvani. And then next time it doesn't happen, we are frustrated. Be very attentive. Nothing is repeated in this world. Meditation cannot be repeated. You are driving every day a car from your home to your working place. The same destination, the same point of origin, the same car, you are the same. Yet every day, every driving is unique, is it not? You can't repeat it. The road may be same, but driving is different. Exactly the same way. Don't try to repeat meditation. Otherwise it will become mechanical. Chalo, meditation karte. Is it upma or what? Meditation karte. Relax, relax, relax. See, not knowing this, without knowledge, these are the various varieties of meditation. He must have tried all of them. And then what he came to conclusion, Vishayahi niyamane tu chitte markata chanchale. Mind is like a monkey. Chanchala, constantly jumping from one object to another object, one time to another time, one theme to another theme, constantly jumping. Na lebhe samadhana pradishtam pritidayinim. And in spite of all the meditation, this Uddalaka was doing, he never attained peace. He was extremely frustrated. See? So many people come and ask, from that I come to know what is happening in the minds. In one place, they came, say, Swamiji, please don't make fun of us. I said, no, you are self-sufficient. Tell me. You know, in our ashram, when some of the, seekers, they do meditation, they do like this, in between like this. What is that? And that is jhatka meditation. See? The reason is, be attentive, the reason is, our mind knows two extremes. One is multi-pointedness or zero-pointedness. Mind doesn't know single-pointedness. So when the multi-pointedness is reduced to such an extent that the single-pointedness is also lost and the mind attains zero-pointedness, the mind goes to sleep. Because this is the training we have given to our mind right from childhood. How we go to sleep? We come home, withdraw from the whole world, all achievements, failures, everything is dropped, all personalities are dropped, we enter our bed and then go below the quilt and everything is dropped slowly, slowly. Last is the japa going on, I want to sleep, I want to sleep, and when that I is also dropped, no thought, sleep begins. See, and as a result, although, be very attentive, although in deep sleep we are one with the divine, yet we don't know. All achievements are only through knowledge. See? When I was taking breakfast in Bulbul's house before coming here, they gave me something to eat and I am very generous, so something landed on my beard. I can't see that. So then somebody comes and says, Swamiji, there is something on your beard. So although it was existing on the beard, but it was not known to me, therefore it did not exist for me. Exactly the same way. Although in deep sleep, Prashnopanishad says, Ahar Ahar Brahma Gamayati. Although we merge in the absolute consciousness every night, yet we do not know this. And therefore, we are not benefited. See, my friends, and therefore, he tried all the techniques, pranayam, pratyahara and whatnot, and yet nalebhe samadhana pradishtam. And yet, he was not at peace with himself. Friends, a person who is not at peace with himself or herself cannot be at peace with the world. Now do one small experiment. See how simple it is. For next 25 seconds, don't talk to yourself. Now listen. See what has happened. What I told you, don't talk to yourself. Did I tell you don't talk among yourself? See? When you don't talk to yourself, you don't want to talk to others. But when you talk to yourself and you get bored of yourself, so you catch hold of it. Soon. Try this. We have to learn. Lesser we talk to ourselves, nearer we are to the divine. See? Therefore, nalebhe samadhana padishtam pritidayinim. Then kadachit uditarbhakam teja pashyati visrutam kadachit kevalam vyoma kadachit nimidam tamaha. And when he was sitting for meditation, and what happened? Sometime he will be seeing bright light, like the sunrise. Bright light has come. Then he understood, okay, I had the vision of God, light has come. Then next time he sits for meditation. Then what happens? Pashyati vistrutam kevalam vyoma. Only the emptiness space. Light kahan gaya? Where the light has gone? And sometime when he is sitting, kadachit nimidam tamaha. Sometime absolute darkness. So now 3 experiences. In one experience, light. In second experience, space. In the third experience, darkness. Now, which is the Paramatma? See, friends, the basics are any experience which comes and goes is a flicker of mind. That which has never come and never gone is the truth. But these basics are not clear, then we are all the time lost, Maharaj, earlier, when I used to do meditation, one person came with his friend to meet me in Bombay. And he said, Sahaji, my friend has a guru. I said, is he dumb? Can he talk? He said, let him talk. Don't advocate on his behalf. He started telling, Swamiji, my all chakras are open and my kundalini is awakened. But what happened? My guru died. Now I don't know what to do next. So I said, run away from me, don't stand in front of me. He said, why? I said, you already killed one guru. You are a guru cow. Now you are coming to kill me or what? I won't talk to you. See, friends, till such time this question comes to your mind, what next? You have not reached the destination. But then what do I do with the kundalini, with all chakras are open? It is something like, all my buttons are open. Band karo. See, the reason is, the words are not properly understood. Chakra bheda, this is the word. Bheda doesn't mean opening or destroying. Bheda means secret. What is the secret of these 7 chakras? If that is not known, we get lost in all unwanted things. Therefore, kadachit uditar kabham teja pashyati visrutam kadachit kevalam vyoma kadachit nimidam tamaha. And then evam parya kula manasa lutan dhyana vrittishu. and thus he got frustrated in his meditation, and left everything. Forget about meditation. I will not do it. And then what happened? Ekada girikantare chopavishyasane kvachid nischala sudrudam badva padmasanam udang mukha nirvikalpa samadhyartham chakarema vicharinam. Then after he got frustrated, he left everything. Okay, let me go to forest. And he went in the forest and some mountain and sat in some place, absolutely steady, with firmness of commitment in Padmasana, and his eyes were half open. And for what? Nirvikalpa samadhyartham, for attainment of the Nirvikalpa samadhi. And how he started? Thereafter, he started inquiry. Yoga talks about suspension of thought formation. Vedanta tells, inquire. Wrong thinking can be corrected only by right understanding. Wrong thinking cannot be corrected by chittavritti nirodha. Very important thing. So, he started contemplation on the seat of meditation. Therefore, friends, when you are sitting, first 5-7 minutes is okay. After that, don't get lost. Quiet. They should let the mind thoughts come. Instead of suppressing the mind, engage the mind. Engaged mind is a controlled mind. Why should we be afraid of thoughts? If I go to the ophthalmologist and tell him, sir, when I open my eyes, I can see everything. It's not a problem. Good. Then I go to ENT specialist. You know the ENT specialist? The one who catches your ear, asks you to pay through nose. If you don't, he cuts your throat. ENT. So you go to the ENT specialist and you tell him, Doctor Saab, my ears are hearing properly. It's not a problem, go away. Same way, if there are thoughts in the mind, can it be a problem? Where the thoughts will come, poor fellows? They cannot come in the nose, krrr, and throw. Thoughts have to come in the mind. Why should we be afraid? On the contrary, guide those thoughts in a proper direction for something higher in life. Presently, our thoughts are dog words or cat words. Let the thoughts be God words. Kastvam koham kutamayataha kame janani kome tataha iti paribhavaya sarvam asaram vishvam tyaktva sapna vicharam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. If I have taken a wrong exit and gone to a wrong place, and therefore I become angry. Okay, because I was driving, we have reached a wrong place, I will not drive. No, you continue driving, but in the right direction. See? Therefore, he started now vicharanam. How he started thinking. Now this thinking is very beautiful for all of us. Api murkha manak korta tava samsara vrittivihim yadi yasi mahirandhram brahmalokam athapi va tanna nirvanamayasi vina upashanamrutam. O foolish mind, hey murkha manaha, what you have achieved from this samsara? Upanishad says, Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat nasti akrutaha krutena tad vijnanatam gurumeva vigached samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. At least some time in our life, a time must come, we pause. Look behind. What have we achieved till date? Have we lived a worthy life? Or like Kathopanishad says, Sasyamiyo martyaha pachyate sasyamiva jayate punaha. Like the grass we grow, Like the grass we perish. Is this all? What have we attained? When we were not in this world, was anything lacking? When we will leave this world, there will be no lacuna. If you don't trust me, leave and see. So when our earlier absence and posterior absence has no impact, what is the impact in the present? Nothing. Friends, after having born, only thing that can give us fulfillment is spiritual evolution. Not material, not relational. See. But in spite, like Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Jatilo mundi lunchita kesha kasha yambara bahukrita vesha pashyan api nacha pashyati muda udara nimittam bahukrita vesha. We take to the various paths, sannyas and all these things, but where they end up? Only in creating another samsara. See? And then we justify. I am not doing it for myself, I am doing it for the society. Tell me, which society has asked which Mahatma to construct ashrams? Which society has asked which Mahatma to open the schools? It is their own khujli. See, friends, like the other day somebody asked me in Delhi, Swamiji, why don't you start some school, college, etc.? We are with you. I said, you are still going to school and college? No. We will do everything for you. I said, I don't want anything. But why? I said, why means why? My freedom. No, you must be having some reason. I said, okay, listen. Children you produce. School I will run. Am I mad or what? You take care of your rubbish. Don't tell me what I should do. Pashyan api nacha pashyati muda. For what we are on this path? For what we are born as human being? Only one purpose. And that is only spiritual evolution. Nothing else is important. Everything must wait. See, friends, therefore, he started addressing his mind. We have taken here a Manache Shloka of Samarthananda Swami. There also we have taken this topic. Api murkha mana korta tava samsara vrittibihi. How long are you going to get involved in this world? One of the spiritual practice of knowledge in Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, Bhagavan tells, Arati jana samsadi. Not getting involved in any political discussions. The world has always been like this. Let us not waste our time, energy. We are not going to achieve anything out of it. Therefore, kortha tava samsara vrittivi yadi asi mahirandra brahmalokam atapiva. Even if you become the king of the whole world, or even you go to Brahmaloka, yet you will not attain peace within. To tell this principle, these Puranas tell many stories. One example I'll tell you. There was a king, this comes in Bhagavad Mahapuran, king called as Rishabdeva Maharaj. He ruled the earth for 10,000 years. And after that he handed over his kingdom to his son Bharat, after whom India is named as Bharat. And thereafter he went to the forest, did tapasya to realize nirvana. Now when we listen to this story, what is the moral of the story? Oh, it's a cock and bull story. Who can live for 10,000 years? Arey Dambo, that is not the moral of the story. Moral of the story is, even if you are ruling the world for 10,000 years, you cannot attain fulfillment in life. Watch within your own life. You have had everything. Health, good education, good position, successful life, good wife, this is just example. And children. And everything settled, and now everything is done. Are you ready to say quit? unless fulfillment is attained, we continue to be the same. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Therefore, here, hey mind, you are unnecessarily wasting. Therefore, tanna nirvanamayasi vina upashanam mrutam. So unless you attain total withdrawal and merger in the pure consciousness, there cannot be fulfillment in life. Now what the mind is doing? Now the mind is addressed again. Shrotrata murkha samprapya nishphalodhyama vardhitam dhiya shabda anusarinya mrugavatma kshayam raja tyaktvam agatya dukkhaya sparshon mukhataya dhiya murkham ma vaddatam ehi gaji lugdho gajendravada chakshushi vrittimasritya prabha rupa रूप चनोन्मुखम माँ गच्छ दग्धता मूर्ख कांति लुब्ध पतंगवत रसना भावमागत्य दुरन्ना स्वादकांक्षया माँ नाश में ही बडिश पिंडी लंपट मत्स्यवत. See, now this it goes. The crux I'll tell you. O mind, you come out of the eyes, become the vision, and get lost in these colors and forms. O mind, you come out of the ears and get lost in the sounds. And then what happens to them? Examples are given everywhere. That Kuranga, Ali, Patanga, Ibha, Meena, 5 of them. So these 5 of them, the deer is destroyed because of the sound. When the people go for hunting the deer, what they do? They beat the drums. When the drums are beaten, all the deer they stand. Oh, what sound is going on? And they become the target and they are shot down. Then the bee, the honey bee, it goes on collecting from flower to flower and they collect so much of the honey, and because of that collection, those bees are killed. Then the third one is the moth. The moth is so much attracted toward the brightness of the fire that it jumps into it and burns itself. And then the elephant. The elephants are caught in a very peculiar way. When their mating time comes, elephant is supposed to be the most intelligent animal. And when the mating time comes, they are unable to control their attraction toward the female elephant. So what they do? They tie down the female elephant to some tree, and near that a huge pit is made and it is covered with little bamboos and some grass, and this elephant is so much attracted toward that female, he goes and he falls in that ditch and he is caught. And similarly, the last one, the fish. Fish cannot keep its mouth shut. Anything comes, eat. You try to throw anything, a cigarette butt, it will take that and throw it away. Exactly the same way, the hook comes, hook also it eats and gets caught. The example is given here. Each one of them, being slave to one sense organ, ultimately end up in their own destruction. We, the human beings, are the slaves of all the 5 sense organs. We die 5 times per day. This thought comes also in Yoga Vasishta in a different manner. This thought comes also in Vivek Chudamani. Therefore, here, karomi esha kimartham va tavaivat anushasanam, and therefore, O mind, I am not going to listen to you. Therefore, vicharanavataha pumsa chittatvamasi nasiyan anantasyatma tattvasya tanvi manasi samstitihi. Then, after having discarded all the sense organs and objects, now, vicharanavataha pumsaha, a person who is contemplating, thinking about something higher, chitta, tvam api nasi, you are also not there. O mind, when you are engaged on inquiry about the reality, you disappears. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam. Like when the eyes are focused on themselves, the vision disappears. Similarly, when the mind is engaged in finding out what is the mind, then we come to know there is nothing like mind in this world. And in this manner, anantasya atma tattvasya Tanvi Manasi Samsthiti. And this absolute cannot be comprehended by that small little mind. Be attentive. Mind cannot survive without names and forms. Names and forms are world. अस्ति भाति प्रिय नाम रूप इति पंचांशकम आद्यत्रयम ब्रह्म रूपम जगद रूपम ततोद्वयम. Asti Bhati Priya Satchidananda is Brahman and Nama Rupa is the world. Therefore, try this, one very simple and very effective spiritual practice. Spend some time with yourself, whichever way, and listen to silence. Silence is absence of sound. When absence becomes an object for the mind dissolves. Because sounds are many, silence is one. Mind cannot stay in one. Eka chintanad nashametyadaha. In addition to that, first, listening to silence. Second, do not talk to yourself. Like an ice cube fallen in the waters will slowly start giving up its shape, its form, its size, and merge in the waters without making any noise. Exactly the same way, the mind which is exposed to the silence by listening to the silence, and which is exposed to the silence by a suspension of talking to oneself. The mind is in a process of dissolving in consciousness. When there is no mind, there is no world. When there is no mind, there is no samsara. Therefore, anantasya atma tattvasya tanvi manasi samsthiti. This mind will dissolve. It cannot stand to this infinite, because the mind can comprehend only the finite. Infinite cannot be comprehended. Na sambhavati bilvantaha vasidar antinoya. Therefore, when we are thus in a small fruit, the whole elephant cannot exist. In the same manner, in that small little mind, the infinite cannot exist, the mind dissolves. Padad angushta shiro yavat kanashaha pravicharitam na labdoso ahannama ko vasyat ahamityam. After having discarded objects, sense organs, and the mind by proper contemplation, now this Uddalaka is contemplating. Padangushtan shiro yavat kanashaha pravicharitam. Now I started finding out from the toe up to the top of the head, where is this aham? When I say I, where is this I? Na labda, so ahannamna. Who is this aham? Who is this I? I am not able to find out. Kusyat ahamityayam. Who is this aham? Then he again started contemplation. Idam masam, idam raktam, imani asthini dehake, imete shvasamarutaha, ko vasyat ahamityayam. Now these muscles, the blood and the bones and the breathing, which is the aham? Then idam granam, idam jiva, tvak, iyam shravane, ime, idam chakshu, asau sparsho, ko vasyat ahamityayam. All the sense organs. Who is aham? Who is I? Continuing further, aham evahi sarvatra, naham kinjit api hava. Where I am not? In eyes I am, in nose I am, in mind I am, in the body I am, in the blood I am. Where I am not? Or I am not anywhere. In this manner, iti vastavi iti vastavi drushti netaro vidyate krama. Therefore, this is the real meaning of aham. It is and it is not. Chiram ajnana dhurtena pathitosmi ayam taya. It is because of ajnana, it is because of incomplete understanding. I have started mistaking that I am the eyes, I am the nose, I am the tongue. But where is this I? See, friends, think contemplative. With the conditioning of the nose, I become the smeller. When that conditioning is dropped, where I has gone? Then with the conditioning of the tongue, I become the speaker. When this is stopped, where the I has gone? Be attentive. Therefore, this I is born when identified with anything finite. In the deep sleep, there is no identification with the sense organs, with the mind, and therefore there is no I. So what is this aham? It is and it is not. It is when identified with the finite. When disidentified, aham has gone. So I am a husband when identified with the wife. When not identified with the wife, where husband I has gone? Just think about it. Many years before, sometime in 2002 or 3, I was in Germany, and after my 2 days of workshop, one German lady asked me this question. Mr. Swami, you should have come in my life 25 years before. I said, even then I would not have married you. She said, no, not for that. Then I would not have divorced 3 times. So I kept quiet, what I can say. Then she said, now I realize where I had gone wrong. I said, okay, your question is over, now my question. When you got married for the first time, your couple was W1H1. Then you got married for second time, W2H2. Third time, W3H3. Now question is, W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to what? Is the W2 is the summation of W1 and W2? Is the W3, wife 3, is the summation of W1 plus W2 plus W3? Has the first wife become the second wife? Has the second wife become the third wife? And after the divorce of the third wife, where the third wife has gone? And you are introducing me, he is my ex-husband. So where husband has gone? These non-existing entities, when we carry the burden on our head, that is called as aham namna, aham, aham, aham. And when this aham anasha bhaji, aham, aham taya, spurati vritsvayam paramapurnasad, when the stupid aham is destroyed through inquiry, find out who is disturbed. You will definitely get only one answer. The one who is disturbed doesn't exist. See, friends, when this foundation is clear, you will never struggle for meditation. You will never have success in meditation. You will never have failure in meditation. Because meditation is not the goal, just a means. We came by the car, whatever expensive your car may be, you have to keep it outside. It is a means. In the same manner, we are getting lost in the means, mistaking them to be the goal. Goal is, you are divine. Ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana. And this can happen only through understanding. Other thing you do, kurute ganga sagar gavanam vrata paripalana thava dhanam, do it. But know for certain, jnana vihina sarvamatena. One of my very good friend from Gujarat, he was associated with Mahatma, one yogi, and he was a married person, 2 sons, and his yogi was so great, he used to lock himself in a room which has no bathroom, no toilet, no nothing, for 15 days, 10 days, and then he'll open and come out. He could cure somebody's diseases. He could appear at a time 3-4 places. All the siddhis he had. He told my friend that, look here, now I am leaving the body, do the following things. You get away from all the organizational tie-ups. It is not for you. Resign immediately in my presence. Don't come here again. I tell you, I am still caught up in the Maya. I am far away from the reality. People call me great Mahatma. I got great siddhis, but I am sincere to you because I love you. Give up all these things and study scriptures. Go to satsang. And then he said, Maharajji, but don't worry about it. It will happen to you. And thereafter, he started coming for satsang. Now he is elderly person, but such a different one. A childlike pure. Problems everybody has. Earlier, carrying the burden of the whole world on the head. Our condition is like a fool was riding a camel, carrying a lot of burden on the camel. Then he felt pity for the camel, and therefore he lifted a rice bag and kept on his own head so that the camel should be having less weight. Our condition is like this. Simply saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja will not help. It must happen. And it will happen. What is the hurry? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.